In the shadow of a crown, a desperate kingdom held its breath. The king, his heart hardened by fear, locked the royal granaries, believing control was his only currency. But his daughter, Princess Elena, saw not defiance in the faces of her people, but despair. She knew that true wealth wasn't counted in gold, but in the well-being of the lives entrusted to their care. The king had locked the stores, but, with a key forged of compassion, she would open them. Under the cloak of dawn, while the palace slept, Elena moved with a silent urgency. Her arms, laden with sacks of grain, were a lifeline in a land teetering on the edge of famine. As the heavy granary doors swung open, the first rays of sunlight spilled onto the faces of starving villagers. It was more than just grain she offered. It was hope. Children, their eyes wide with disbelief, rushed forward, their small hands reaching for the promise of a meal. In that moment, Elena's quiet act of mercy became a resounding declaration of defiance. The news traveled faster than wildfire, reaching the cold stone walls of the throne room. King Aldric, his face a mask of fury, slammed a scroll upon his ornate table. The nobles, once his advisors, now cowered like mice before a lion. "Double the taxes," he roared, his voice echoing with a chilling lack of empathy. "Let them starve if they defy me." He saw his daughter's actions not as an act of love, but as a direct assault on his authority. But Elena would not be deterred. Mercy, she knew, had to become a rebellion. Night after night, she became a phantom of hope, a flash of fiery red hair beneath a simple hood, the silver Celtic knots on her gown catching the moonlight as she moved through the darkened streets. She distributed bread, her hands a conduit for the compassion her father had forsaken. Royal guards, loyal to the king's cruel decree, patrolled the city, their lanterns casting long, ominous shadows. They searched for the mysterious benefactor, the traitor who dared to feed the hungry. Their hunt culminated in the bustling market square. Elena, her silver cross gleaming against her emerald velvet gown, stood in the open, handing a loaf of bread to a young mother whose face was etched with gratitude. The act was too bold, too public to ignore. By order of the king rest this traitor. A guard bellowed, his voice sharp and unforgiving. Rough hands seized her, the fabric of her gown tearing in the struggle. The people watched, a silent, horrified audience to the capture of their only advocate. Dragged before her father, her fiery hair unbound and wild, Elena stood tall. Her gown was torn, her spirit was not. King Aldric loomed over her, his expression as cold and hard as the throne he sat upon. "You steal from my crown?" he seethed, his voice dripping with disdain. "Mercy is weakness." But Elena met his icy gaze with a fire of her own. Lifting her chin, her silver knots flashing like armor in the torchlight, she spoke a truth he could not deny. "Hunger is the real thief, Father. Their loyalty is not to a crown, but to the hand that feeds them. Feed them, or lose them." Her words hung in the air, a stark and potent challenge. For a long moment, the king was silent, his back turned to her. A flicker of something, was it doubt? Shame crossed his face before it was replaced by his customary mask of authority. With a curt wave of his hand, he dismissed her. The guards released their grip, and Elena walked from the throne room, not as a captive, but as a conqueror. Her emerald gown trailed behind her like a banner of hope, a symbol that even when the granaries are empty, a daughter's heart can be full enough to sustain a kingdom. From the opulent confines of the palace, she had walked directly into the arms of her people. On a hilltop, as the sun rose to paint the sky in hues of gold and rose, Elena stood with her arms wide open. Her red hair blazed in the dawn light, and the silver knots on her gown seemed to catch fire. Behind her, the villagers gathered, a sea of faces turned towards their champion. Among them, Rowan waited, his expression a mixture of pride and unwavering support. A king's greed builds walls, but as the kingdom was about to learn, mercy has the power to tear them all down. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. He is her strength and her portion forever. In the storms of your own life, lean on Him. His love never fails. Walk in His peace, carry His light, and know that with God, all things are possible. Amen. If you enjoy content like this, please subscribe to our channel. Until next time, from this garden to yours.